Yeah, I don't know why you guys can't hear music. I wasn't paying attention. I thought you guys could. Anyways, what's up? Yo. Thank you, Lexi, for the 11 months and Gina for the 12 months. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the audio seems really jumpy right now. Should be a little better, maybe. But anyways, what's up? This should fix it, right? Well, no. I want to... There you go. Wait. Is there a Valorant promotion today? Valorant's just giving away subs? What's up, Anonymous? Nice to see you again. Thanks for the 5 gifts. Shout-outs to Valorant. Valorant's back. Let's go. This is huge for me. I love Valorant. I was playing a couple days ago. Valorant got that sub money. The esports community doesn't, but I guess Riot does. We're so back if tonight is Skeazy. It is Skeazy situations. I want to say, so let me send the form in right now so you guys can get to cooking. Just a reminder of how Skeazy situations work. I'm going to give you some advice. If you got a problem you think I can give you advice for, the more detail you include, the more I'm able to help. But also, I understand if you don't want to dox yourself. So I understand that. So make the decision that you think makes the most sense for you. Again, thank you so much, Anonymous. I post the link right here and pin the message. I just want to read something to you guys because this shit blew my mind. I was kind of blanking on what to do for stream today. I couldn't come up with an idea, right? So I wanted to experiment with some ChatGTP things because it's always been a fun well to draw from. And I'll tell you what, I am shocked by how much they know the minutia of Big Brother 25 strategy. It's not just the format and stuff. I think because before it was not updated to the most recent information, but they know fucking everything. So I asked it you really have to zoom out based on what I'm about to say, because if I just show you what I asked ChatGPT, it's gonna come off very sad. I'm hung up on the past. I can't move on, which, as you guys know, could not be further from the truth. I don't even remember Big Brother 25. But that being said, I asked, the one and only ChatGPT, I'm Cory from Big Brother 25. What could I have done during the season to have won instead of getting 8th? I wonder where it pulls information from. I don't know. It's interesting because they have a lot of it. So again, suspend your judgment because it's very easy to judge me. Cory, why'd you type this? This is self-destructive. Move on. It's been over 2 years. Cory. It's not been over 2 years. But here's the thing. Would you believe me if I said they had really good advice? Thank you, MCine, for the 11. And again, I feel like the gravity was not there. Thank you, Anonymous. And Valorant, I guess. But thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. So here's the advice they gave me. Hey, Cory, you played a smart and socially savvy game on BB25, but there were moments that could have been adjusted to give you a better shot at winning. Okay. So before that, what would you guys say are the big notes? Because let's see if they really are spot on, accurate, hitting all the points. They said, I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm dying to talk about this. Don't smirk, of course. But, they were surprisingly, not getting a showmance. Okay, yeah. Get rid of Felicia instead of Mimi. So, let's see. Strengthen relationships beyond America. Your bond with America was both a strength and a perceived liability. While the two of you worked well together, it made you a clear duo, which often paints a target. Some strategies to mitigate this. Invest more time solidifying individual connections with players like Jag and Matt. This could have made you seem like less of a package deal, and a key moment subtly downplayed the extent of your partnership with America to reduce the duo threat perception. Okay, I think the second part I kind of did, but this is good advice, I think, right? Generally, like, separate from the duo, talk more with Jag and Matt. Okay. So far, I'm like, all right, well, this is pretty surface level stuff. Like, they clearly see a lot of articles about me and America as a duo, and that's all the exit press, like the U.S. news stuff. So, like, it makes sense that this is the information that they have, right? Then they go, capitalize on power players. The late game dominance of Jag and Matt left you with few options. Earlier moves could have changed the dynamic. While you had a good relationship with Matt, Jag's strong comp performance made him a threat. Pushing for Jag's eviction earlier might have shifted the trajectory. I think they're a little bit off there. I think it was kind of the reverse, but I do get what they're saying. Certainly, you know, they're right about I didn't have many options later, so you have to target earlier. And, you know, if there were signs of tension between players like Suri, Felicia, and Blue, capitalize on those to build a counter coalition. I think I did that for the most part. At the times I could. Thank you, Survivor Desi, for the 13. Chiara, good to see you again. Appreciate it. Then they go manage threat perception. Your strategic acumen was well known, making you a mid-game target. Here's how you could have lowered your threat level. Frame someone else as a bigger strategic or social threat. Stay under the radar. Okay. So these are good pieces of advice. This was a big one. A stronger comp or resume would have bolstered. Win at turning points. And then the jury management stuff, I think this was misguided by them. Lean into Suri's influence. This is what all the bitches on Twitter say. Now, here's what blew my mind. They said key week-by-week adjustments. I'm like, damn. So week 6, Week 7, push harder for a backdoor on Jag or Matt to prevent their late game dominance. You think I should have gone to Jared and been like, yo, Jared, I've been cooking. And fuck off. I did this. What are you talking about? I did this. ChatGPT was watching feeds. In summary, okay, so then I asked, all right, be honest. Out of the 17 players on the season, where would you rank me if you simulated 100 seasons? Okay. I'm getting in the weeds now. This is a full-blown... You know those people who are like, I don't share my emotions with my friends, I just use ChatGPT? This is me now. It says strengths, it's all these things, okay? Weaknesses, all right. And then it has my estimate. Final 2, 15% of the time. Final 5, 35% of the time. Jury phase, 45% of the time. Pre-jury, 5%, which puts me top 6 of the cast, though likely not 1 or 2. It is true, Moose. Here's what I'll say. The craziest part about all of this, pre-jury 5% is nuts. If I had to do the breakdown, it would be like pre-jury 30%, jury phase 40%, you know, final 5, 15, final 2, 15, or, you know, final 5, 20, final 2, 10 or something. But the pre-jury 5% is hilarious. 95 out of 100 times I'm making jury, yeah. If it was me in America in the final 2, I think it would have been unanimous. I think with that jury, they were never going to respect America's game over mine. Part misogyny, part... I think if I got to the end, like, yeah, I probably would have earned the votes. Combination of two. Thank you, Ned. How you doing? 13 months. Anyways, how many Skeazy situation answers do we have? 20. Oh my god. Y'all are manageable these days. This is so great to see. The link is still up there if you want to submit. The link is still up there. They wouldn't have believed her when she told her story. Yeah. Bowie votes for America? I don't think so. I think America, or Bowie, had a, like, profound respect for America's game, but I don't think that translates into a vote. But I think that's probably the most gettable vote for America. I think all the other ones are pretty hard. Do you think Bowie'd be the only one who's, like, open-minded? I'd be scooping up all the misogynist votes. I'd speak directly to Cameron and Matt. My biggest mistake? Not working with the boys. Would have been great. Let's dive into Skeazy situations. Blue did hate you both, so maybe should flip a coin. I don't think she hated me. I mean, she definitely hated me, but there was less animosity in that hatred. At the time, of course. All right, let's do some responses. Okay. Individual. All right. What is the best cheese and why is it Gouda? I'll move my face cam. What is the best cheese and why is it Gouda? I'm a spicy kind of cheese guy. I think smoked Gouda is great. I've become a brie person. I love brie. But I feel like that's crazy for that to be my favorite cheese. I think just for me, it's just like a nice pepper jack. I think it's just pepper jack. I've been having a lot of cottage cheese because it's healthier, and I do like cottage cheese. But I think for me, it's brie or just a good honest pepper jack. How do we cope with a second Trump presidency? I think there's two questions. It's like, how do you cope materially and how do you cope emotionally? Materially, it depends on like a lot of things. If we're talking about the economy is going to turn to shit, but it was going to turn to shit anyways, and now it's just going to be a little bit worse. Like I'll be honest, if Kamala Harris was president, the economy would still be entering a terrible recession. Rent would be too high, pay would be too low. It'd be hard to find a good job. That's how it would work. With Trump, it'll be the same thing, except a little bit worse because, companies are, unions are going to be crushed and all those kinds of things. So, like, just don't act like the other one would have been, like, much better in that regard. If you are, gay, trans, have gay, trans friends, like, that's its own thing where, like, this is my optimism. I don't think Trump is as socially conservative as a lot of Republicans. Like, I think a J.D. Vance or, like, a Ron Paul would be way more willing to, like, overturn gay marriage, right? Or go super hard on, like, trans rights, shutting down trans rights. I think Trump actually, like, cares a little bit more about public perception, and he's, like, a Hollywood celebrity. So, like, I don't think those rights are going to be infringed in the same way that, like, a normal demon Republican would be. He's his own kind of demon, obviously. But that's one part of it. And then emotionally, it's like national politics is extremely important. What is much more relevant to your everyday life is local politics. So look at how your local elections went. I don't want to say it's easy to like be absent-minded when it comes to national politics, but like they don't impact your life in the same way that you think they would. So like there's nothing to do but keep chugging along. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard couple of years, at least financially. So, you've done it once, you can do it again. Can't figure out what to get my cat for Christmas. They don't even know it's Christmas. Do you think cats are intuitive like that? Like, do they know it's Christmas time? Like, obviously they don't understand like Jesus and stuff, but like, do they get? Oh, the tree's coming up. It's Christmas time. The conservative Supreme Court justice thing is like, just pack the court next time we do it. I already said that. I think both Republicans and Democrats should pack the court. Because then it just becomes the general election determines who runs the court, which I think is better than the system we have now. Yeah, I don't think he'd die on the hill of like not doing it, Penny, but I don't think he really cares. I think other Republicans are like so much more religious, and that makes them worse in those regards. I don't care about your cat. Also, how do you know they're not Jewish? Like, just don't. It's kind of things where like you want to get your cat a gift, which is considerate, but for all you know, he's celebrating, the oil lasting 8 nights when we're fighting the Greeks. So just like keep that in mind. Give the cats food so they want. That is true. I low-key think America wants you to propose. Ooh, only for health insurance purposes. We were talking about it today. Because, I think your health insurance stops with your parents at 26. So she was doing that, and then she was on Brown. Now she's trying to figure out what her plan is. And, it would be strictly financial marriage. As you guys know, we're not even together. I sleep in this room. She's in the other room. Christmas trip's canceled. That's why the air mattress is in here. Tips on constructive arguments with your significant other. I think arguments is a funny way of putting it. I think it's about understanding the other person in terms of how they operate. Like sometimes I know I shouldn't argue back a lot here because this is not going to be productive. Let's just let it sit and then deal with it the next day in a better headspace. I think it's like don't force the issue unless it needs to be forced until you like find the spot when you're supposed to. Because ultimately, like I think America knows, like I know my bad habits in arguing. I get a little bit condescending. I get a little bit know-it-all, whatever. And I think America has her own, flaws that she could talk about. But like, I think as long as you're aware of each other's, you can kind of have like, you can kind of know when to throw in the towel and deal with it later. Because I think what happens so often is it's like, oh, we're in a kind of big argument right now. Let's settle it right now. I think sometimes it's best to just hit pause and do it tomorrow. You're going to stream the wedding, right? I'm kidding, relax. I know you bitches be like, so I understand you guys are getting married. You're in Turks and Caicos for the marriage. Is there going to be a podcast on Tuesday? And the answer is yes. I think we're doing it with my mom tomorrow. That'd be fun. So my girlfriend is self-publishing a book. The friend made a cover for the book, which he thinks is good, but my girlfriend thinks it's horrible. She's willing to remake the cover with their artistic skills, but doesn't know how to approach her friend. They asked for advice. Okay, this is interesting. My girlfriend's friend, so it's like a couple degrees separation, is self-publishing a book. The friend made a cover for her book, which she thinks is good, but my girlfriend thinks it's horrible. She's willing to remake the cover with their artist. Okay, wait. You said that like 10 times and it never happens? Yeah, because you're always at work taking care of the 10-year-old. Okay. I think the girlfriend should stay the fuck out of it. What do you mean? So this is, the girlfriend's friend is publishing the book. The girlfriend's friend is the one who made the artwork. Who cares what the girlfriend thinks? My favorite book is Alerted by Robotic Control. Yeah. Yeah, like the girlfriend has no vested interest in this at all. So, yeah, your girlfriend should just, it's her book and her cover. I thought like the girlfriend was making the cover, or the girlfriend had the book and the friend made the cover. They asked for advice. Yeah, I think the advice I would give is just like give like feedback of like, I think it would be really cool if it had this. But also if she's self-publishing, it's not that serious. Like, I think it's fine. I would just genuinely answer and give advice. Don't say it's horrible. Just say like, it would be really cool if it had this. That'd be my advice. How do you know when to get out of a fandom because so many people are toxic and it's not fun anymore? I think you found it. When it's not fun anymore, you get the fuck out. Full stop. The second, because here's the thing about a fandom. You get nothing out of it other than fun. So if you're not having fun, get the fuck out. It's that simple. Like, I don't know what, if you're talking about like this community specifically or other communities or both, like it's so profoundly optional. Just make sure that you are doing whatever is best for your sanity. Yo, Sharon, how you doing, buddy? Sharon, are you still in Orlando? Because I'm going to be down in Florida for a bit. Oh, you're not in Orlando. I'm stupid. Whatever. I'm not going to dox you, but I know where you are. Are you still there? Yeah. Sharon is good friends with Jen Shaw in Salt Lake City. He was in Orlando this past week, okay. I absolutely hate my job. My anxiety is through the roof because of it. Should I just quit without having a new job lined up and protect my peace? Or should I suck it up and wait till I find a new job? Okay, let's talk middle grounds. Here. All right, can I give my pragmatic answer, then my compromise answer? My pragmatic answer is the economy is too bad to give up your job if it pays well right now without having another job lined up. You could really put yourself in a box. You put yourself in the corner if you quit like a well-paying job for something that doesn't exist yet. So that's my advice. My kind of middle ground advice, I think might be more reasonable, is there's a lot of like very entry-level, low-level jobs that pay reasonably well. I'm talking $17 an hour, $18 an hour, which obviously is not enough to really sustain yourself. But if you have like some savings, it could be enough to float you while you find another job. Like maybe if you pick up like a job with a, normal hours, but is less like stress and time consuming, or at least like energy consuming, you could do that while you're looking for another job. Like if you want to work retail for a while, while you're looking for another job, I think that makes some sense. That's not enough in California, but California does pay more too. So it all depends on where you are. But like immediately start going hard looking for a job. That's the best thing you could do. But if you're like, I really just can't fucking take this, still work in the meantime. You don't either have to be like working in your career or unemployed. There is that middle ground of like doing something to make money while I'm looking for another job. Adopt a kid and take parental leave. That's a thing you could do in Japan, right? I think Japan is like, if you have a kid now, you work like 3 days a week. You can work like 4 days a week and you get off like hours earlier because they're really trying to force the birth rate up. And they give you all these like financial and work incentives. So move to Japan is my advice. Have a child. Get yourself fired and take unemployment checks for a while. That's not my advice, but it'll work. What's the secret to a healthy relationship? I don't know. That's hard. Like, I think it's just being understanding and considerate. Like, you have to conduct yourself well, and when you don't, apologize, and they have to conduct themselves well, and if they don't, they apologize, and you forgive each other. Sounds serious. America and I have never had, like, big fights like that, but communication. I think communication's, like, it's very buzzwordy. Like, obviously it's really important, but I think it's just, like, give each other grace and try to be on your best behavior. It seems, like, very, like, childish, but I do think that's kind of how it works. Also, I do think there's something to the fact of, like, it's probably good to have some stuff going on outside of the relationship. Like I felt a little bit better since I've, like, been working out more and rock climbing, and I feel like, it's just a little bit healthier. Don't expect the other person to be able to read your mind. All right, Quinn. It's a T-Core Chemo Rubina joke. Mostly T-Core and Chemo. When does America fly out for the next challenge season, and who do you want her to work with? It's a good question. How many of those are we going to get? Y'all are so rude. It's got to be America. It's got to be America on the challenge, not buff Cory Wertenberger. Fucked up. Why don't you guys believe in me? Honestly, let's do this. If I went on the challenge, who would you want me to work with? Who would be my allies? Because I'm bringing Anissa to her first win. That's what I'm doing. You already said you weren't asked. It's all hypotheticals. Weren't you the one who supposedly got the call? I've heard a lot of stories. Thoughts on the Challenge All-Stars cast that dropped? They paired Ashley Mitchell with Anissa, and it's a tragedy. I don't like Frank Sweeney. I wish he wasn't back. Adam and Shane look really strong. Not Shane. What's his name? Adam and Steve. Yeah, Nani and Turbo. I hate Turbo. Who would you want to work with? Honestly, Veronica. I feel like I'd work with Veronica really well. All right, I'll open this goofy ass link off camera though. I don't trust you at all. Okay, it's a Luigi Mangione fan cam. I'm well. I don't have much to say about it. Why are men pigs? Biology, history. I don't think my newish boyfriend fits in with my friends. I brought him to hang out with him a few times, and he's told me he feels awkward. I talked to my friends, and they said they like him, and while we were hanging out, he seems to be getting along with them great. I don't know if this means he's not a good fit for me, and I don't know what else to say to him to make him feel more comfortable. We're both in our mid-20s in similar professions and have similar interests. I don't understand the disconnect with my friends. It kind of seems like you've got a pretty good thing going. New-ish boyfriend, he'll get more comfortable with your friends as time goes on. The fact that your friends are saying they like him is good, because if it's a newish boyfriend, I wouldn't be surprised if they'd be willing to share their actual thoughts with you. And the fact that he's willing to share that he feels kind of uncomfortable with them, I think is a good sign of trust. It seems fine. It seems like things are going pretty well. Like, obviously, it could be better, but, you know, like, just give it time. Newish. Like, I think if your friends, I think it's a big red flag if your friends don't like your partner. Especially if you're friends with them for a long time. Like, that's, you should trust that insight to a certain degree. But when it's like, he doesn't feel necessarily comfortable with them, that's not as big of a problem. But also, like, what I will say is, like, I wouldn't have told my friends that he thinks, or that he feels uncomfortable with them. You know what I mean? Not that that's, like, a betrayal, but I feel like that would add, like, an extra weird dynamic onto hanging out where they're all going to try to make an effort, and that feels weirder. You know what I mean? So you can't, like, reverse time with that, but that, you know, that's not what I would have done. My advice is I wouldn't have done that. My partner and I have a lot of trust in each other. However, when they go out with friends, they tend to get blackout drunk. And although I don't think they'd ever cheat on me sober, I can't help but be worried they do something when blackout drunk. I don't want to come across to them that I'm insecure and don't trust them. What should I do? You have to trust your partner, and if they betray that trust, you go from there. If you don't trust your partner blackout drunk, you probably just don't trust your partner in general. I've been blackout drunk. I'm not cheating on America and vice versa. So I think you just have to, like, there's layers to trust. Like, if you really trust them, you're going to be fine. And if they betray that trust, that's more information for you. You know the relationship is not going to work. So that's the advice. Also, the thing I've always found about cheating, I've never been cheated on, obviously cheated, nothing like that. It's, obviously, I'm sure it's devastating, of course. But it's not on you. You know what I mean? If someone cheats on you, that's on them, and, you know, like, it's like a sad ending to a relationship. But that's the extent of it. Like, it's not a reflection on you, basically. And it's almost like, damn, like, I'm glad I'm not in a relationship with a cheater. That's, look, 45 years from now, if, you know, I get cheated on by whoever, maybe I'll be like, wait, never mind, this is actually the saddest moment of my life. But I don't know. I think I have a weird mentality with it. I'm struggling to make friends at school. In order to try and get some, I keep the same. That's a Mike comment through and through. Have you ever dealt with imposter syndrome? I feel like I'm experiencing so much after my recent promotion as a director in healthcare. Although I've been in the field for 12 years, I collaborate with a lot of physicians, and sometimes I have imposter syndrome because I'm not clinical. I think it also can be from, okay. Let's think about this. I have had imposter syndrome. I think the only time I really had imposter syndrome was maybe in Big Brother, just because everyone was such a big personality and I didn't feel that way, especially for the first, like, week or so. The nice thing about Big Brother is you're not able to run away. I mean, you can quit, but, like, that doesn't really happen. So it's kind of like forced exposure therapy where I just was in there forever. And eventually I didn't feel imposter syndrome. And I think the same thing's going to happen to you. Like you're just promoted. So like the fact that you feel uncomfortable in your job is super normal. So this is another just like let time pass, you'll feel more comfortable kind of thing. Also, this is a thing I've learned about STEM people. You might feel like you have imposter syndrome because you don't have the clinical knowledge or understanding that they have. I guarantee if they tried to do what you do, they would be just as ass at it. STEM people are so high and mighty and also so fucking bad at writing. There's so few people who are good at both. So like, just because like you work in the medical field and these people are like the medical people and you have this other facet, like they can't do what you do either. So thank you, Brenna, for the 1 year. Hope you enjoy your piss hat. I'm pregnant by my sister's husband. Should I tell her? I'm pregnant by my sister's husband. It's actually a really good lie because you should have like similar DNA stuff and the baby should look obviously like your sister. So I think you can keep that up for a while. I feel like Jacob is in the chat. It's like that's the type of shit Jacob would write in like Kylan's TikTok chat. How to stop fearing death. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. I just haven't had that fear. I think a lot of people have that. What's it called? The fear of death. It's a very common name for it. I don't know. I think you stop consuming media where death is ever present. I think also like it's weird if you'd find this like reassuring or even more terrifying, the fact that like there's nothing you can do to protect yourself or make yourself in more danger unless you're like crazy on one end of the spectrum or the other. Like if you're like, okay, I'm just going to live in my house my entire life. Yeah, you won't die. Or if you go crazy and start bungee jumping from everywhere, like there's ways to get to either end of the spectrum, but otherwise you're just, it's basically all up to chance. I find that reassuring because it's like, oh, it won't be my fault. Other people I think might find that scary because it's like death's around every corner. But that's the way I view it. Thanatophobia, is that it? What if every fear is a fear of death? You're asking two big questions. I don't know. I don't got good advice. I really want to apply to Big Brother or Survivor, but the thing holding me back is the thought of social media commentary about me and becoming more public. I love strategy games, see myself as very outgoing, not shy by any means. I know that just because I apply doesn't mean I'll get on, but this is the only place that's holding me back from even applying. Maybe if I'm not ready for... I don't think you should apply. I think it's a very real... I think it's a very real concern. And if you really don't think you can handle it, it could really, like, fuck up your mental. Here's what I will say, though. Apply to Survivor. If you're on apply to fucking Survivor. You could do Survivor criticism. Big Brother is its own thing. I don't think you want to do that. If you just go on Survivor and do your thing, you'll be fine. That's my actual advice. Because I don't think you should deny yourself an opportunity. Because, like, the backlash you can get from Survivor, the people who got backlash this season, it's like Rome. Even, like, the Andy backlash, there was as much love as there was hate. So, like, just apply to Survivor. You'll be good. Thank you, Survivor Desi, for gifting Hosier. Good to see you, Hosier. It's been a bit, I think. But that's my advice. I'm going to close responses in 2 minutes. So if you want to get something last in. Do you think if your season had a 9-person jury instead of 7 that Matt could have won? Because I see Jared and Mimi being Matt over Jag people, and I could see Jared getting Blue to be a Matt over Jag person. I don't think Jared could have gotten Blue to vote for Matt. I also think Mimi could have been Jag. I get what you're saying. No, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. No. I think it's going to be 5-4 at best. I get what you're saying, but I think it's 5-4 at best. I think Blue is always voting for Jag over Matt. I don't think Jared gives a shit about convincing Blue to vote for Matt. Mimi and Jag were friends? Yeah, I think so. I think Mimi is like a toss-up, and Blue would have been Jag anyways. Like, when Blue came into jury, it was not a question of Jag versus Matt. She was... That's the other misconception. People think the goodbye messages mattered for the end result. They really didn't. It was just my vote. It would have been 4-3 for Jag instead. Why do male showman stands pretend to be gay or married and then they hit on you every single year? I mean, dudes are weird. Pretending to be married is weird. Like, what? I guess it's like to get into the group chats because they wouldn't feel comfortable with like a straight single dude in there, which I understand. But yeah, you know. If you're a showman stan who's lying about your identity, you're just kind of weird. Also, it's like a environment, community where it's like basically all women. Not all women, but mostly women, so. Maybe that's appealing to these weirdos. All right, I am closing the form in 1 second. All right, long story short, my friends and I had a falling out with one girl who used to be in our circle in university. Basically, she said some really nasty things about all of us to try and turn us all against each other, and we haven't spoken since. 3 years go by, no contact, and out of the blue, she sends me a TikTok of the Sweat Tour saying, when are we going to work it out on the remix? What the fuck am I supposed to say to this? I really don't have interest in being friends again, but I can't just leave her unread. Also, that seems like a really weird way to reach out to someone. I would leave him unread. It's been 3 years. I'd leave him unread. That friend is funny as fuck. It's fun. I would just leave her unread. She probably sent that to like 6 people. Or the other option is just respond in like short sentences insinuating you don't want to be friends. Those are your 2 options. But I would just leave her unread. It's fine. She doesn't care that much. Oh boy. Okay, oh my fucking god. Okay, so I had a crush on a guy at work. He had loser nerd vibes. The fuck do you mean loser nerd vibes? What is wrong with you? His loser nerd vibes. And I was obsessed with him and flirting with him like my life depended on it. One day around Halloween, he DM'd me on IG asking to get drinks. Nice. And obviously I said yes, but then right as I was about to leave, he messaged me saying, by the way, I'm kind of seeing someone right now. Which shook me. I was like, what the fuck, LMAO? I decided to go anyways, considering he said seeing and not dating. Okay, that's some willful ignorance, but we'll keep going. So I go, and he tells me he's been dating this person named Leaf for like 3 months. And they have an open relationship. So I'm sitting here like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? And he's telling me stories about his past polyamorous relationships and how I am the first woman he's ever wanted to be with. And I pretty much just expressed poly shit isn't for me, and I was ready to move on from crush. Weeks go on. This is a good story. I stopped flirting because I'm no longer interested. Then he tells me that he broke up with Leaf for me. And so I was like, oh, cool. Oh, what the fuck? When that weekend he sent me a fucking essay trauma dumping at 8 a.m. about his family and mental health and being an alcoholic. And I was like, oh, cool, sorry about that. Just, like, offered support and tried to keep it short. Anyways, now I have a crush on his friend, and he is still obsessed with me and stares like a creep. Thank you for understanding the assignment. This is exactly what I wanted. I don't think you need much advice, though. I think you are doing very well. the going after his friend kind of thing is like, maybe you could just have a crush on somebody else. I understand it's probably like at work, so like, you know, there's only so many people. But I think you're dealing with it pretty well. Like, just make sure like it clearly has every ingredient of a super toxic relationship. So just make sure you don't start that toxic relationship, which you've already been doing. So you're in good shape. It's time to move on from everyone in this equation. Yeah, I think you did a good job just steering away from this. I will say the whole like going out with him after he says he's seeing somebody, like, I think at that point you could have already cut it off before. Like, what are the odds this is going to work out? You know? Stay away from work relationships. I disagree with that. I think especially with how, like, fucked up capitalism is, you spend so much of your time at work, it's, like, really hard to meet people otherwise, and you have this, like, exposure to people. Like, maybe you don't work together forever, but, like, I think it's unrealistic to ask people to not date coworkers. At least, you know, some people to not date coworkers. Leaf wasn't a real person. That's the third red flag, yeah. It's one of my top ways to meet people. It's like, yeah, it's like I met my high school girlfriend through the activity I was doing. Like, it just, don't shit where you eat. Like, philosophy doesn't make sense when you spend most of your time in that activity, whether it's a work or whatever. My next girlfriend I met playing Big Brother, you know, again, kind of a work relationship kind of thing. And your immediate work team, maybe not. Not entertaining your bullshit anymore. Also, I legitimately think I would win. Drafting a fantasy team for Traders US 3 and everyone's picking the same people as me. I think the number one draft pick has to be Jeremy Collins. I think anyone other than Jeremy is a foolish choice. I also think Brittany's a good call. Those would be my two main picks. Jeremy and Brittany. Because I'm telling you, those Survivor guys are all going to be just aligned no matter what. Tony, Rob, and Jeremy are all going to be together. Carolyn's going to be with them. Like, it's going to be a mess. I'm going on the challenge and need allies. You down? Most of you guys are behaving yourselves. This is the least amount of bullshit responses we've gotten. Best chess openings to learn? Probably just the Italian. A lot of people like the English. I personally play the King's Indian on both sides. And I like it because you play the same moves every game, so you get in very similar positions, but it's kind of a hard position to play, and I'm not really good at it as a result. But if you don't like endgames, King's Indian is kind of fun. Free Luigi, yeah. So I'm kind of two minds with the Luigi thing. Like, obviously, I want him to not get a huge punishment, but part of me wants him to get a huge, unreasonable punishment to spark a lot of outrage. Like, I think if the judge is relatively lenient on him, it'll just like, okay, well, we all move on with our lives. But I think if he gets, like, some crazy punishment, it might start something. But, you know, it's all at the... you know, me saying I hope he gets a big punishment. Like, I really don't. Does America play Dress to Impress? She's played. Do I have to get my boyfriend's family presents? Because I didn't get them anything, but I'm worried they may have got me something. I think it's nice to get something small. It really doesn't matter at all what it is, but just go get them a fucking candle. It's a nice gesture. I don't think it's expected, but it's a nice gesture. America went way too overboard and got like 2 gifts for everybody. Like, she's the other end of the spectrum. But just something small. Just like literally a token gift. If you got to get something from the airport, that'll work, you know? Or, you know, $10 gift card. I think gift card's kind of weird. I think gift card's a little bit weird. I'm bad at reacting to presents, so I'm scared for Christmas. Help. Just, no matter what, you go, oh my God. Oh my, this is so cool. Thank you so much. That's all you got to do. It'll be fine. I live in Utah, and we own a Minecraft server. We are currently being extorted by a competing server. Okay, so I know who this is, obviously. This is a little Diggyvert in chat. I live in Utah and own a Minecraft server. We're currently being extorted by a competing server to release a $300 plugin we commissioned to them for free. to release a $300 plugin we commissioned to them for free. They commissioned and published a plugin, okay, like a mod, and gave it to an external developer to release to the public. We commissioned an add-on through that developer. They're now trying to change the terms of the original contract and will not let the external developer make us the add-on without giving it to them for free. How do I retaliate? 3 letters. Are you in chat, Sharon? 3 letters. TNT. That's my advice. The crash out is here. I don't know. I think both of you guys, because here's the problem, because it's all online, they could just like ghost you. Probably should have gotten the money up front. So I would just like moving forward, just get like half the money up front and the other half after. I don't know if this is like a thing you could win. Like, you're not taking them to court. So that'd just be my advice for the future. How different do you think you would have played BB25 if you entered as a female? Okay. Female Cory, how do I do? I'm still with America. We make it work somehow. I don't think anything changes. I think Jared and I don't have as good of a relationship, and I have a better bond with Izzy. I think I probably just end up being more of a family style person because I wouldn't have the Jared connection. I think that would be my answer. It would just be a lot of family style because I just wouldn't have that in. I recently married an Italian guy. He does have a thing for drugs, and I'm trying to determine if this is a real one. He has a thing for drugs, and I find myself giving into those impulses as well with him around. I recently got really high, and he thought okay, this is very serious. He OD'd, but he didn't even call for help. He only threw me in the shower. This is a Daisy Jones. Okay, got it. I thought it was a joke. And then I wanted to make sure that I wasn't acting like it was a joke because it was getting very serious. I didn't feel like I was being respectful by like laughing at it because the OD got serious, but okay. How long should I wait to show my significant other the Twilight series, and should I break up with them if they don't get it? It's weird. So you don't want to show it too early because that could just be a total turn-off, and that's not even their fault, but you don't want to show it too late. My guess is 3 months. I think 3 months in, you watch Twilight, and the important thing is don't give them the out. Don't be like, oh my god, it's so bad it's good. Like, genuinely just watch it and see how they react. It's my advice. If they don't like it, they're not the one. Yeah, but, you know. Get drunk and watch Twilight. It's a fun day. I've only watched the first one. I gotta watch the next couple. When we watch the next BB Can episode, it's Fridays. Every Friday. Do you look back on your season and say, like, damn, I really didn't have a chance to win? All the time, and it's kind of therapeutic. Could have played a lot better. Maybe could have won. I think with the way the comps were, it's almost impossible to imagine a way. I can imagine a way to get to the final 7. Then I win HOH at 7, gets me to the final 6. And even still, I think I have every scenario is me winning comps, and it just seems unlikely based on there's a lot of data about me playing in comps, so it is nice to think. I think my dog might be a Republican. How do I stop him from going down the right-wing rabbit hole? Don't. It's going to be easier on his mental health in the next 4 years. What do I do when my favorite streamer does so many BB streams when not in season, and I much more enjoy his non-BB streams more? Rejoice! We're at a non-BB stream. Yeah, I don't know. I need better ideas. It's just hard. Like, I think we've done a couple, we did Mario Party, then we did Clock Tower. I'm trying to mix it up more. I just know, like, ultimately, like, Big Brother stuff gets more viewers, and if I'm only streaming every other day, I want to make sure that people are there. I do, Vanessa, unfortunately. Okay, so this is a different Utah-based Skeazy situation. This is definitely the same person. I live in Utah and own a Minecraft server. I was going out with this one. Oh, I know this story. Okay, I've heard a bit about this. I was going out with this girl who was pretending to be Mormon so that she could get a discount at BYU. That's funny. She's funny. Vibes are great. After 3 dates, I had to leave to Dubai for 2 weeks, and by the time I got back, she was entering midterm season. She lives 45 minutes away. And with her schedule as a finals year master's student, she said she was too busy to continue going out. She graduates in May. When she graduates, should I slide into her DM and reveal that I play Minecraft City roleplay, or should I reveal that I play Discord Survivor or Big Brother? Funny story about this guy who submitted it. He was in a Survivor org. I think it was Survivor org, not Big Brother, on Discord when we were in Kentucky. It was me, him, and Goo Boy. And as he was like doing an immunity challenge, Matt and I walked downstairs to the hotel gym and filmed footage to send to Big Brother casting. They were asking for, videos and pictures and stuff. So while he's upstairs playing fake Big Brother Survivor, I'm downstairs filming stuff and we couldn't tell him. It was very funny. She graduates in May. Okay, so my advice, first of all, I think you should lead with your nerdy obsessions, with your nerdy thing. Like, it's not going to be a happy relationship if you have to like feel embarrassed about doing the things you like to do. So lead with that. If that's a turnoff for them, that's weird. It shouldn't be a turnoff. It's a nerdy little thing. It's fine. I think you just gotta make sure that her excuse about she doesn't have time to go out is like an excuse and not her just being nice and not wanting to break up. So you just gotta feel that out by trust your judgment. Because I feel like often instead of saying like, hey, I don't think we are compatible, people often try to come up with excuses to end the relationship. But you can definitely reach out. It's like a fan fiction. What are we doing here? Is Matt's post? Oh. It's a crazy line. Look, here's the thing, and I think people criticize Tucker and Rubina for this. People criticize Mackenzie and Matt for this. People criticize me in America for this. I think every Big Brother showmance of recent years has matched each other's freak. People are like, oh my god, Tucker's such a millennial. So is Rubina. Oh my god, Matt's so corny. MJ has capacity to be corny too. Oh my god, America is so chronically online. So is Cory. I think they all match, which I think is a good sign. Super Bowl predictions. I want to go a little bit against the grain. All right, this is going to sound like a crazy take, but I'm going to run it. I'm going to go Chiefs-Vikings. I think the Chiefs are just so much better than every other team in the AFC, and I think people are hard sleeping on the Vikings. Because there's no good quarterbacks in the NFC except Stafford, and like the Rams are not good enough. Chiefs are not beating the Bills. The Bills have beaten them in the regular season like 3 years in a row, and the Chiefs beat them in the playoffs every time. Every time. Vikings can't beat the Lions. The Lions are so fucking injured. I think they absolutely can. Jared Goff's really good. He's not in that tier. He's good, but he also has great weapons and a great offensive coordinator. He's solid. He's good. He's, back half, like 10th or 11th in the league, but compared to the AFC guys, not even close. How do I enjoy my life at the current place I'm in, rather than always thinking about what I want to do with my life to be happy? I think you're just in your head. You're like, most people don't think this deep. I think it's very healthy to have goals. Just don't put deadlines on those goals. Like, I think it's a good thing to aspire to get to a place where you're happy. But the journey there doesn't have to be fucking miserable. Like, I think people have this conception of like, oh, I want to be wealthy and on a beach in Malibu and whatever. And then they're like, okay, so before then I have to make myself miserable working 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. It's like, no, like get to that destination slower and also preserve your sanity in the meantime. Michael Penis is coming, yes. My Panthers beat your Cardinals yesterday. Good feeling. The Cardinals are not a playoff team. They showed that. Good for our kicker, Ryland, making a 58-yard field goal. It's crazy. Yeah, focus on the now is right. It's just a little bit buzzwordy, but it's not bad advice. How's your fantasy team doing this week? I'm rolling Nicole Lyog. Absolutely smoking her. It was actually a 2-week semifinal, which I didn't know was a thing, but my team cooked. James Conner had like 27 points. Higgins and Burrow cooked. Josh Jacobs is always cooking. So I'm in the finals. Good question. This weekend, slept with my ex-boyfriend. We were together for 3 years and broke up a couple months ago. We have the same friend group, so we still see each other. We broke up because we are simply not a good match. We have different goals in life and different lifestyle choices, but we ended on good terms. We were hanging out, and one thing led to another. It was fun, but I'm worried if we stay casual, it's just preventing us from moving on. However, we both enjoy casual and have fun doing casual things, and I'm also not opposed to keeping that going. Is this a horrible direction to go in? Yeah. It depends. Like, what's your goal? Is your goal to move on? Like, are you trying to date someone else? Because if not, like, whatever. It's fine. Like, if you have any desire in getting in another relationship or meeting someone else or moving on, yeah, it's a terrible idea. You're not going to move on. This is going to make you want to be with that person again. But if you're, like, very career-oriented, you're like, I just want to focus on myself, work out, go to the gym, stuff like that, I think it's fine. But just like, you're self-aware enough to know this is a stupid path. So just take it for what it is. It's a stupid path. And if you're down going down it, okay. You know. But yeah, you're not going to move on. Like, if you're concerned, if you're trying to move on, this is like the opposite of what you should be doing. So, yeah, you probably shouldn't do it. I'm planning a date in Salt Lake City this weekend, and under 8 Google searches, plan it for me. She is ex-Mormon, a former art major, doesn't seem outdoorsy. I don't need any Google searches. I already know what the date is going to be. You take her to an acacia forest. Punch some wood together. Build a little house. Oh, she seems awfully cold. Time to get some iron armor. What do you mean? You're asking this on behalf of someone else, or are you claiming this is not you? What server are we taking her to? Well, not the extortion server. Dig for diamonds, exactly. A former art major, ex-Mormon, doesn't seem outdoorsy. You know what'd be funny? Show her a really dramatic episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and then go to the places they went to. That's a cute idea. That's a cute date. Say, I really want to show you this episode. Like, please. And she seems like, why? But like, please, please, please. Show her and then take her there. To that restaurant. Is Jared McCain going to be the best player from this year's rookie class when it's all said and done? I don't think so. He's too short. But I think he's really good. But I think he's too short. But I love him. I'm pregnant with my cousin's baby, and I don't know how to tell my family for obvious reasons. All right, what's up, Jacob? What do? I would get an abortion. Unless you're, like, against that. But I'm pro-choice, so. You know. You know. Dalton Connect will be? Nah, he's too... Nah, I don't trust that. Who's going to be the best rookie this year? I don't know. I feel like Houston's got some guys. Buzelis on the Bulls. Bronny James, the correct answer. How would you deal with finding out you aren't a bridesmaid or chosen for a special role for your best friend's wedding and possibly not even invited, but they made the maid of honor your other best friend? Keep in mind the three of us would hang out all the time together. For you, I get... I think you got to do some self-reflection here. What the fuck do you mean you're not invited to your best friend's wedding? I think this is an imbalanced relationship. I think this is not as mutual of a best friendship as I would like. Because what do you mean you're not invited? Here's the thing. If you are invited and they chose the other friend, that's where you just kind of have to get over yourself a little bit. Because it's like, all right, it's their wedding. You can't make it about yourself. You know, there's 3 best friends. They want to pick one. That's fine. You just got to roll with the punches. It's not a big deal. Be supportive. Be a good friend. If you're not invited, you got to reevaluate. It's that Alex Caruso bag. It's such an affordable deal. It's crazy. He's been shooting like shit, though. Sounds like you may be a stalker. This happened to me. Was not a bridesmaid. Shocked by it. It was so sad. Yeah, but were you invited, Katie? Were you invited? Because that's where we're trying to get to here. Who from inside the NBA broadcast team would you take to be your partner on the challenge? Rank them. Okay, good question. Kenny is number 1. I think he's just clearly the most athletic. Clearly. The benefit of Shaq would be some eliminations we auto-win, but some like challenges we have no shot in. I think I take Shaq 2 just for some of the auto-wins. And then I think Ernie 3 because I feel like he'd be really good at politicking. Yeah, I go Shaq 2, Ernie 3, Chuck 4th. Kenny's knees touch when he runs. Yeah, like it's just like relative to the rest of them, I think Kenny's clearly in the best shape. But Ernie would be great at politicking, for sure. There's a stuffed black and white bear at the office and school. It has a creepy smile with a red eye, and I can't help but feel like it's plotting my demise. Should I try to destroy it? I would say yes. I mean, first of all, I would get back on your meds. But second of all, I would say yes, because you're going to feel super stupid if it does end up killing you. But also, let's play this out. Like, if you kill it, and it is actually like a demonic, evil thing, you know the punchline is going to be the next day you walk into work and you see it again. So, like, destroying it really doesn't do anything. Again, I would just get back on your meds. That would be my advice. Because how many times have we seen that? Like, that's a simple favor where, like, Anna Kendrick, like, you know, empties the whole closet, and the next day the whole closet's back. I don't know if I want to stay with my boyfriend for the rest of my life. I feel like you should only date to be with someone you really love. I think it's a little bit far-sighted. If your concern is, I don't know if I want to be with them for the rest of my life. Like, I do get it. Like, I'm not someone who wants to date casually. Like, I want to date because I love someone. I want to be with them forever. Like, I get that. But I think if that's the main hurdle, like, try to find a more tangible reason why you don't like them. Like, if you're just happy and in a relationship, it feels like you're almost, like, self-sabotaging a little bit, being like, whatever. But yeah, ride it out. And if that feeling keeps getting stronger and stronger, then maybe act on it. I just think, like, maybe just sit back a little bit. Because it's, are you ever going to have the feeling of, I want to be with this person for the rest of my life? Maybe. But I wouldn't, like, preemptively break up with someone immediately because of that. Enter the transfer portal. It's good advice, too. How should I know when the right time to move in with my girlfriend is? Honestly, my advice, and it depends on, like, your housing situations, I would just wait for someone's lease to be up and bring it up as an idea. Right? Like, that makes sense. Kind of how the American Eye stuff happened. Like, her lease ended, so she moved to Nashville, and then my, semester was ending, so I moved in with her. I think it's just the easiest way of doing it. If you guys are, like, both in houses or whatever, fucking good for you. But, I don't know. I think after a year, maybe even less, 8 months, I don't know. What's like the normal time? How long for those with significant others, or if you had in the past? How long did it take you to move in with them? I'm curious. I actually have no semblance of like what a normal time is. 10 months. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Like somewhere between 8 months and a year. About a year. Okay. Yeah, I think that sounds about right to me. Um, should I break up with my girlfriend if I don't see my? Oh, both of you are in chat. What's up? My significant other doesn't want to have sex with me. Yeah, it's a problem. You should talk to them. That is a big problem. If sex is a very important part of the relationship for you and they don't want to do it, that's a problem. And you better respect their wishes no matter what, right? But that's an open communication kind of vibe. Superstore, The Office. The Office, come on. Stop. Look, there's a lot of great comedies out there. Brooklyn Nine-Nine's great. Parks and Rec is great. Just stop pretending like any of them are actually better than The Office. I know everyone's got their hot take. I like Parks and Rec more than The Office. No, you fucking don't. You just have better feelings about Parks and Rec. You have better nostalgia. But it's just The Office. Like, The Office is so good. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is better than The Office? No fucking shot it is. Like, there's your preference. You could just like it more. Like, I liked The Walking Dead more than Game of Thrones, even though obviously Game of Thrones is way better. I actually like Game of Thrones more. Like, you could like one more, but, like, The Office is better. Superstore's great. I believe it. Parks and Rec is better. They're all good. The Office is just is better than all of them. Veep is incredible. Veep might be better. Veep might be better. Hi, my question is, how do I deal with a coworker who runs so hot and cold? They're nice, but sometimes they say things to me that make me feel like I'm the biggest dummy who's bad at their job. I know they have anxiety and it affects their relationship. So I try to be gracious, but their anxiety sets off my anxiety. You have to do, with a coworker, you have to do math in your head of, like, what's the best I get out of this? If you, like, confront them, are they going to change their behavior? Part of me is just, like, fucking deal with it, because there's no better solution, but stand up for yourself. As long as you, like, make sure you have communicated this with them at least once. And if you do that and they keep doing it, that's kind of tough. That's kind of tough. But at work, I'm kind of a big proponent of, like, just get through the day. Game of Thrones or Lost? Lost, come on. Lost, my favorite show ever. My boyfriend met my parents for the first time over Thanksgiving, and they loved him. Good. I consider them to be very progressive people who are open and loving. He's going to my extended family's Christmas in a couple days. My mom called me and asked me to make sure he doesn't paint his nails. He always has nails painted because she's afraid of what my extended family will think. Help. Yeah, I think you should tell your mom, like, look, tell the extended family to behave themselves. That's pretty insane. Like, ultimately, it's extended family, so it's not even that big of a deal if they don't like your boyfriend. But talk to your boyfriend and be like, yeah, my extended family is kind of weird in these ways, and if you're a guy with painted nails, you've definitely dealt with people who think you're weird for doing that, so it's not going to be, like, super unfamiliar territory, but I wouldn't, like, change your appearance to appease extended family. Yeah. Like, it's the extended family. Like, who cares what they think? My GPA is only a 3.75. It reminds me of, like, the LSAT subreddit or, like, the law school admissions subreddit where people are like, oh, I got a 177. Do I have a chance of getting into top 14 schools? 3.75 is very impressive. You should be very proud of yourself. But always strive for a little bit better. Why not? Do you still use TikTok or no? Because your account is dead. No, I never used it. I think I have one post and it's like my profile picture post. I didn't even know I posted. But yeah, I don't use TikTok. It's not for me. My sneaky link may be pregnant. What does this mean? What Is this a reference? Am I not getting something? Do you have a friend named Link? Is this saying like the person like I sleep around with is pregnant? Is that what it is? Is that the question? Like I have a mistress and they're pregnant? Because right now what I'm thinking is Link of Hyrule sneaking around with like a pregnant stomach. Not a stomach, but you know what I mean. A big belly. No, I'm not talking about Zelda. I'm talking about Link. Is he trolling? What's this? I'm going to look it up. If you guys are not going to tell me, you're going to make me fucking... Oh, okay. So, I don't know. Get an abortion. It's always my advice. So when you're hooking up with in secret, all right. Is it that normal? Is it that normal? Like everyone knows what sneaky, like I'm crazy for not knowing? Am I insane for not knowing? Thoughts on UCF rehiring Scott Frost? UCF should burn down the entire program, start over. Everyone on the internet knows. After aborting my sister's husband's baby and my cousin's baby, I am now pregnant with my brother's baby. I think it's true love this time. I love the idea that this like cinematic universe that this person's creating through the Google Forms, there's like an orgy on the other side of the screen. Like an incestuous orgy. But I don't think pregnancy works that fast. So like after you do the deed with your sneaky Link, if it were, how soon after do you register as positive for a pregnancy test? Is it like a week? Is it like 3 days? I have no idea. It can't be a week. What is it, like 2 days? 10 days? Okay. I'm getting very different answers from everyone. 2 weeks after you miss your period, typically. Got it. I just take them to test for lemons. Are you planning an extended social media break in early 2025 for no particular reason? Here's what I'll say. I'm not on the challenge. I don't care how many times you guys think I'm on the challenge. I'm not on the challenge. But if I were to be on the challenge, you think I wouldn't have that social media shit on lock? You don't think I'd have, like, fire tweets, like, people to pass off my social media to? Like, what are you guys thinking? I had, like, the best social media team in Big Brother history while I was in the house. You don't think I could work something out? Zach would be cooking. What makes you so sure he didn't get a challenge call? You guys are so dismissive. That's what I hate about you guys. So dismissive. Okay. Let's do our quick simulation. This is going to take 20 minutes max. All right. Let's do it. To the person in chat who doesn't like Big Brother streams, I respect that. But I did 2 weeks of this, and I'm committed. So I said, let's simulate it. I want to see what would happen if we reroll. Can you give me an in-depth breakdown of week 1? All right, we're rerolling. All right. Cerise presence sparks excitement and concern. First impressions, charm of physical presence, strategic vibes. Izzy and Cory are pegged as wildcard strategists. This is true. All right, we got the Humiliverse. They're changing the twist slightly, but Mia, Mimi, Matt, and Red are all safe for week 1. Love that. First HOH, Riley wins it anyways. She wins it anyways, okay. And family style forums. There you go. Family style still there. But without me. Wait, it's without me and Jared. So it's the handful plus America as family style. And Riley's thinking of putting up Felicia and Bowie. I think these actually would be very reasonable nominees for the most part. You know, like if there were no automatic noms. I don't think she would have landed on Felicia, but, you know, people like this. Nominates them. Both are perceived as less integrated. Jag wins the first veto of the summer. Not going to use it to respect Riley's wishes. Suri begins subtly pulling strings, forming a protective web around Jared. Izzy becomes fiercely loyal to Suri, solidifying her as an ally. We're pretty good so far. Mimi and Red keep a low profile. It's about accurate. Family Style wants to evict Felicia. Suri wants to evict Bowie. And Felicia's evicted. Family Style plus Red, Cory, and Matt. So I'm floating. I'm floating again. Is it Matt in Family Style? Yeah, he is. I don't know. They're a little confused. So the power players are Riley, Suri, and Jag. Suri's Web. Suri, Jared, Izzy, and Mimi. Okay. We're going week 2. Riley, Family Style, feels solid. Grows wary of Izzy and Jared's proximity to Suri. This version of Riley, this is the version of Riley that Twitter thinks existed in the house. The cult leader, ringleader. Suri subtly reassures her allies that the split vote was strategic, painting herself as a loyal figurehead, while subtly targeting Riley's growing influence. All right. I'm sent to the nether region, isolating myself from the house for the week. The fuck? It's a classic endurance challenge themed around the Humiliverse. Blue outlasts America. It's tough. Sorry, America. But Blue, you know, they're in an alliance together. Sanskers. We're running Eldinger and Night. When does it come out? Sanskers. When is that? But I appreciate it, bud. Blue is considering nomming. Okay, so there's no Blaird here. Izzy and Mimi as a get to know you move. I like that. A get to know you move is crazy. Jag has won a second veto. There's a zip line involved. I'm shocked personally. He's not going to use it. So Family Style is just running the comps right now. Suri works overtime to save Izzy. Riley doubles down on Family Style loyalty, subtly pointing out Suri's growing influence to Blue. Riley's popping off. Jared keeps quiet, focusing on maintaining trust with both sides. Red observes. Okay. Suri's faction. So I'm voting to keep Izzy. Suri, Jared, Red, and me. Anti-Izzy votes is Family Style. There you go. Wait, no, I'm voting to evict Izzy? What? I don't know. This got very confusing. Does Heisen not exist? We'll see. All right. Week 3, please. Also, give a quick sentence about every player's position in the game. Just so we can get tabs on everybody. You know what I mean? All right. So, let's see how many players they even have. Yeah, they still have All right, so there's no Heisem, there's no Kirsten, there's no Luke. Riley's a charismatic leader of Family Style. Her influence is making her a target. Jag's a physical powerhouse with 2 veto wins. Matt is well-liked and loyal to Riley, flying under the radar. America, a strategic observer, blending into Family Style, but questioning Suri's motives. Holy shit! America, did you write this? Strategic observer, blending into Family Style, but questioning Suri's motives. What they're not including is thirsting for Cory. They left that out, but maybe if they had a second sentence. Blue's an emerging power player, balancing loyalty to Family Style and keeping options open. She's playing well. Suri's a master manipulator, building influence while shielding Jared and Izzy. Wait, so Izzy's safe? No, yeah, Izzy is safe, but Suri voted to evict her for some reason. Jared's caught between loyalty to Suri and Family Style. Suri's most vocal ally, now on thin ice. Yeah, that's true. I'm a strategist trying to recalibrate after isolation in the nether region. Red's observant, low-key. Cam's loyal to Family Style, but not deeply integrated. Viewed as expendable. Okay. And Bowie's a floater. All right. Chaotic trivia. Where Excel quick answers. Whoo! Woohoo! This is important. I need this HOH because that time in the nether region was not good for me. Clearly not good for me, you know? Who should I nominate? I mean, I should probably just put up floaters. I probably should put up, like, Bowie and Red. That's what I would have done week 3. Bowie and Red. If ChatGPT knows me, they're going to put up Bowie and Red. If they know the game the way they think they do. Izzy and Jared. Okay, I'm just pushing. I think this is a bad play. I think this is a really bad play for me. I'm just going against Suri's group, but, like, I'm not even in family style, you know? I put up Izzy and Jared. It's not terrible, you know, making a big move. Matt gets the veto. Matt's not using the veto. Suri's begging to protect Jared. Izzy's evicted. Okay. All right. Let's do week 4. Week 4. Tell me one sentence. All right. Start by ranking players by win equity with short reasoning. Suri is still the master manipulator, unmatched social capital. Okay. Riley, strong social bonds. Matt's physical prowess and likability. Jag, and then Cory. Okay. 7th. All right. Dark Horse, America Lopez. I like that. Ask about showmances. I'll ask going into week 5. Wobbly platform while dodging projectiles. This feels like a Jag thing. Suri pulls out the physical balancing dodging HOH. Wow. Well, I just put up fucking Izzy and Jared, so I'm not feeling good. Nah, but she's real. She understands the power. She understands the real power is Riley and Jag. Use Bowie as a pawn. That's a terrible move. No, she puts up Riley and Jag. Excuse me. Bless yous in the chat. All right, Riley and Jag is a fire move. Very good. Riley wins the veto, saving herself. I do not like that. And names Cameron as the replacement. Okay. All right, I mean, look. I think Suri did a fine job. She got rid of someone she had to get rid of. So it's a 5-3 and Jags evicted. If you're trying to deflect from rocking the boat, that doesn't sound like America. I guess I was a family-style loyalist. It's weird. Suri and Riley are the power. All right, so Riley stays in charge. Jag goes week 4 again. Jag was evicted week 4 last time, to be fair. Was Jag saved by power? Okay. All right. Week 5, please. Re-rank the players, if anything changed. And, all right, that's it. Suri's unchanged. Riley's unchanged. Matt moves up. Blue's moving up. America. Lack of strong social base limits his influence. Fuck. Red moves up. Cam moves up. Bowie moves down. All right. Matt and Riley have a budding connection. Jared and Blue. Sorry, babe. We're Slowbird. That's the thing about us. We're Slowbird. I'll ask him next week, too. This is actually... They just watch the episodes. That's where ChatGPT is getting its information from. Speed and memory. Blue gets her second HOH. Damn. Well, this should be easy. She puts up Jared and Cameron. Damn. Blue's real as hell this time. She's got her showmans going. She said she would nominate Jared if she won HOH. We never got the chance. She never would have, but, you know. Matt wins his second veto. Uses it on Cameron, naming Red as the replacement nom. Wow, no way Jared survives this, right? America's torn between loyalty to family style and keeping Suri's side in check. She debates her vote. It's It's a 4-2 vote, and Jared's evicted. All right. Numbers are dropping like flies. We only got 7 votes to evict, even though they're counting 4-2. They're lost. Okay. So it's week 6. This is the Humiliverse. Big week. Week 6, please. This is a massive strategic week. Let me know what happens. Yeah, I lost my vote. All right, let's do it. Week 6 promises high drama. Family style seeks to cement dominance. Cerise trying to rebuild her fractured alliance. Yeah, Cerise struggling. She lost Jared and Izzy and Felicia. Like, this is just what if Family Style won all the comps, basically. Still Cerise, America. I moved. I didn't move anywhere. I'm still here. Spot the difference. It's a memory challenge. Cameron gets his first HOH. Uh-oh. I've seen this before. And he puts up Riley and Cerise. Cam delivers with his HOHs. I'll tell you that much. Well, with his week 6 HOHs, he delivers. Riley and Cerise is some of the most batshit nominations. This is what we were begging Leah to do. Chelsea T-Core. Cerise and Riley is crazy. Matt wins again. Saves Riley, and Cam puts Blue up. Cam's burned down every fucking bridge. He's going to work with me in America, I guess. Family Styles pushing to evict Cerise, of course. Cory and America hold the balance of power. All right, babe, what are you thinking? What do we think? I think we have to weaken Family Style. We just have to. We have to get rid of Blue. I know you and Blue are like working together, but like, I just don't. There's so many people in Family Style, like Cerise on her own. There we go. All right. It was you, me. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Do you all see what I see? Do you all see it? Who in chat sees it? Do you guys see it? The middlemen. We did it. Woohoo! This is huge. All right. Well, good move by us. Cameron somehow voted. Serena America. They're really giving America credit for week 6 again? Fuck. There's one thing I need more of, it's credit. I did finally vote. That's nice. America rolling, flipping the vote, fractures Family Styles trust. This is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. All right. Week 7, please. Ask about showmances again. I'll give it one more week, December. Cerise group remains momentum. Family Style grapples with internal fractures. Cam remains a wild card, no clear loyalty, while Cory and America continue to shape the game. So it's Cerise. Matt moves up. Riley moves down a bit. America's 4th. I'm moving up. I'm aligning with Cerise group now. Yeah, all right. I flipped. I did my thing. I flipped the other way this time, but you know. It's Pie Wars. I get a second HOH. They're wrong here. Okay. I mean, this feels like a bad HOH for me to win, but maybe Family Style's really mad at me for flipping. I think I've just got to put up like Jag and Matt. Or Jag and Riley. Honestly, Matt and Riley is not even a bad idea. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This might totally fuck up the the simulator, but we'll try to keep going. Sri advises target Riley. America wants me to spare Riley, suggesting Cameron and Bowie. Interesting. Riley pleads with Cory. Okay. I put up Cam and Riley. I think I made the right move. Like, you still want to put up Cameron. Because I'm like, hey, boys, I'm still working with you guys. I don't hate this. I don't think it's genius, but it's okay. Cory, Cameron, Riley, Matt, Cerise. Riley, again? Is it a third time coming off the block? She's talking about Glorb. I love Glorb. I put Bowie Jane up. Oh, we ended up with America's noms. We got to vote out Cameron, though. All right, we get rid of Cameron. Okay. I mean, that's not terrible. I feel like that was not a good HOH though. Like I think I needed Matt, Jagger, Riley out, but I guess they still have to target Suri, so it's not a disaster. All right. Jag's evicted. You're right. Simulate the. All right. Week 8. It's a double eviction, and zombie week is about. We're simulating with all the twists. I want to be honest, at least the big ones. Zombie week is about to start. What happens? All right. Let's do it. Suri is still at the top. Matt's there. Riley's there. America's there. I'm still. All right. Is the final 7? Am I missing people? Who am I missing? Matt and Riley, me and America, Red, Bowie, and I think that is everyone actually, right? Riley wins the double eviction. Fuck. And she puts up Bowie and Suri. All right. I think America and I are playing this fucking season perfectly, by the way. Let me just say. Suri wins the veto. Ooh, that's dicey. Red's the replacement. We evict Bowie. Bowie and Red. Okay. All right. And now we're at the doubles. That was just the next week. Suri wins HOH, puts up me and Matt. Why didn't you put up Riley, Suri? What the fuck? Riley wins, gonna take off Matt. All right, I'm evicted. Fuck. Okay, I don't know what happened, but I'm gone. Suri targeted me. I think Matt and Riley are gonna run the table. I hate to say it. 9, please. I'm not even gonna ask for showmances anymore because I don't want crazy stuff. Whoa. It's zombie week, you're right. Cory and Cameron compete as zombies. Who comes back? Let's go. Come on. Reroll. Well, let's just forget this. Forget this. Cam is gone. It was Bowie, so it's your fault. Oh, shit. Sorry. It's fine. We're just going to keep going. Fuck zombie week. It's all right. So it's the final 5. I think Matt and Riley are kind of running away with it. Her loyalties are becoming increasingly questionable. It's House of Mirrors. Riley wins HOH. Yeah, it's going to happen. She puts up Matt in America. Fuck. Suri has gotten into her head like crazy. Matt wins the veto. And, ChatGPT is bugging out a little bit. So it's... All right. Clearly, the normal ChatGPT cannot handle the simulations. They can't handle the simulations the same way that 4 point whatever thing can. We're just gonna fire through. Okay. I guess your red's gone. It's a 1-1. America evicts Matt. It's Suri versus America. All right, let's just see if America pulled it off. Okay, all right, we don't need all the... It's giving me the theoretical, and they're giving America 4 votes. Pretty good. America! Oh! Woohoo! Made a series of bold, decisive moves. Jury, especially players like Riley, felt sidelined by Suri's dominance, respected America's abilities to make big moves in the late game. America got 5 votes to 4. All right, there you go. Well done, America. I'm so excited to have burgers and watch Christmas movies in a second. You see what I mean? Like, they're pretty good at, like, they know Big Brother 25 pretty well. I was kind of impressed until, it went off the rails, as it always does. But that was a fun stream. I always like doing Skeazy situations, just seeing what's up with y'all. No stream tomorrow. I'm going to be in Florida. We're going to do a podcast, though, with my mom. So that'll be on the Patreon. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for that. Otherwise, America and I are going to go watch a Christmas movie. I think The Holiday is what we've landed on. I know she also wants to watch Hoodwinked, but I don't think that's a holiday movie, so. You have to watch Die Hard, best Christmas movie. It's my favorite, but I don't know if that's the cozy vibe America was going for. But that's it. I appreciate you guys. How long are you in Florida for?